And okay. Oh shit. Shit.
Okay, so hello everyone. We are from International 3 Group 1, and today we are going to negotiate about the US-China trade war and tariff.
Okay.
Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Jonathan Christianri.
Hello, my name is Rafin Fabian.
My name is Christopher Bonyamin.
My name is Adnan Gracia.
My name is Ben.
Okay, and today, me, Razaji, and Christopher will be representing the US trade representative, and then we are acting as the negotiator. And
And our side, China, acting as the opponent of the USA.
okay, so now we are going to start the negotiation. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Today I'm standing before you as the US Trade Representative, and we are representing the United States in these critical negotiations with China. And I appreciate the opportunity. And also in this negotiation, we would like to bring up some issues, including the areas of intellectual property theft and also the trade deficit. And we are committed to finding a solution that we can together agree on to
Before you said
foster
the
a good relationship.
intellectual and sorry, I interrupt first. Before you said about the intellectual and property theft of our side, China, do you have any concrete evidence that prove that we steal your property, or is there any statistics or research that prove that our side steal the intellectual theft and the property?
Okay, so to answer your statement, we actually have the data of cases where China doing intellectual property theft. So one of them is when Motorola have this breach in their documents because there's a a China part upon a China company or like a China authority like sending some sort of like quote unquote spy coming to the Motorola and then steal the documents, including the trade secrets, and also it is included in the secrets about the mechanism of building a wireless technology. And then the data was going to be used for Huawei making their products. And this is obviously display how China poaches talent from US companies to acquire trade secrets and uses all regulatory tools to punish and pressure individual companies. So this is like one of the cases that shows that China has done some intellectual property theft, and this is in need of awareness. And then we would like to we would like this problem to not be occurring again.
Mhm.
Furthermore, I think we as the US representative would like to address concerns about the trade practices, especially about the trade deficits of US of Chinese imports into US and US exports to China, which are unfair according to the statistics. So we would like to offer a certain amount of period trade for trade for trade barriers in exchange for lower tariff rates after the period of after the period of trade barriers has ended. What would be your take on that?
Sorry, bisa diulang nggak? Tadi gimana?
So basically, we would like to offer a certain amount of period for Chinese exports to be on a trade barrier. So we would like to restrict some of the imports from China in order for our domestic market to not be damaged economically. And in exchange, after a certain amount of period after a certain amount of period of the trade barrier has ended, you would get a lower tariff rate.
And what kind of products will you restrict from our country? Because I think our country, China, already is making a lot of money for you guys there, because our products are very cheap, and it would help a lot of people in the US to buy the products from us, because usually your products, local products, is more expensive than us. We would like to know, first off, which type of products will you restrict? And the second is, how long will you restrict the product that, how long will you restrict our product from being exported? And the third and last one is, how low will you decrease the tariffs after the certain period of time after you restrict our product?
Okay, so first of all, that's actually the main problem, which is like the Chinese products are actually way more cheaper than our product, and that's why people tend to buy China's product, and it actually negatively impacts our economy because people will choose to buy imports product from China rather than domestic products. This is why we are initiating this negotiation in the first place also, because we feel like we need to protect our domestic locals and domestic product and industries. And for the sectors that we would like to limit of importing from China is especially in machinery and mechanical appliances, because we see that there is quite a big amount from China. And also for the period and for the amount will be further explained by my colleagues.
Maybe for the period of time, we can set it because the ratio of US exports to China and imports from China is 1 to 5. Maybe we can set a period of time where these exports and imports can be equal for around a year maybe, and we would like to offer you MFN or MFN tariff rates and PTA maybe.
Okay, so first I want to answer about the first question about the intellectual property and theft allegations of China. Wait a second. So what your accusation based on is the one of the company, which you remind me what's the name of company again?
So basically, Huawei have like acquire talents from Motorola to get the secret documents for the benefit of Huawei.
I see. Uh, if that's the case for the China, isn't it the same with the Facebook of the stealing of the privacy information? It is also said that there's I think I know you are not providing us with real data with the statistic of the professional, but it is rather an estimation of what could be stolen from the USA without any concrete data that's proof that there's statistic or there's classification from the professional. We cannot agree about their accusation of our theft property and intellectual theft. If you want to convince us, maybe we may like to hear it from you.
Well, actually, besides from the case of Motorola and Huawei, there's a lot of cases. Like for example, the genetically genetically modified corn seeds that the idea is being stolen from the US, and also the case of Tesla, and then the case of Micron, DuPont, and etc. That is there are quite a lot to be explained one by one. So to make it to make it concise, um, the the data that is needed is actually has been stated before. Like there are some there are some documents that are being stolen, and also there are the data of the lawsuit case and the ongoing and the finished lawsuit is also the example of how this problem is real, of how the intellectual property theft is real and cannot be said as um, a false information. So therefore, we would like to um, make sure that the China will not do this type of intellectual property theft again, because it clearly impacts US's economy harmfully, because when you guys try to steal the technology and also make a new product out of it and then sell it back to us, it is certainly, besides unethical, it's also causing loss from our side also.
I think I'd like to add like we are negotiating to protect the U.S. industries from this production because the Chinese product is cheaper than the domestic market's products. We would like to uh, make better trade agreements or terms.
And so the supposed proposed idea is the one that you guys said to us earlier, correct?
Yes.
including the certain amount of time and reduction of tariffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, exactly.
And the uh, items that you want to export to us is the technological one, right?
Like to restrict
What Colin
the
said.
imports of machinery.
Sorry.
We would like to ban the import of machinery for a certain amount of time.
What kind of machinery?
So we would like to limit the import from China of products in machinery and mechanical appliances. Those includes electronic devices and also the machinery of other devices also.
You guys do realize that China is one of the leading developers in the world right now in terms of technology and mechanical stuff, right?
Yes, we do understand about that, but also we also look for the opportunities bas for business with other countries that also serves that also gives us um cheaper cheaper prices and also can be a better could possibly be a better business partner. Those countries, potential countries are like India, and also maybe perhaps we're going to have some talks with Germany and also Japan. But for this moment, we're trying to negotiate with you guys to have um to have a higher tariff on those certain products.
Mm, wait, so let me get this straight. You want to try and make business with other countries that, in my personal opinion, haven't been proven to be as good as us. Is that right? And cheap as us. You said India. Uh, what what other countries that you said earlier?
Okay,
Before?
I will answer for the trade deficit you mentioned. I think we cannot do that because the WTO rules in Article 8, 1A, all fields and charge of whatever characters other than import and export duties and other than taxes within the purview of Article 3 imposed by contracting parties on or in connection with importation and exportation shall be limited in amount to the approximate cost of service, which you already do, and shall not represent an indirect protection to the domestic products or taxation of imports or export for fiscal purposes, which is why you were trying to do right now.
Yeah, so basically we are trying to counter our trade deficit by imposing those tariff. And could you please repeat your statement about the regulations? Because yeah, it was a bit unclear.
Okay. Article 8 about fees and formalities connected with importation and exportation. 1A.
On which document? I'm sorry.
It's on the General Agreement of Tariffs on Trade, JTT 1947.
Yeah, so basically, there is the article, but we would like to specify that what we wanted is for this specific commodity to be imposed on a special tariff, because we see that it is quite too much of a hassle if we keep doing this, because it's going to harm US's economy. And maybe my colleagues would like to add on this topic.
So could you please specify which product do you want to deficit for the trade?
So initially, what we wanted to try to limit off importing from China is appliances, those of like electronic devices and also mechanical appliances, because we see also that um, your products are mainly, not mainly, but a lot of your products are actually originated. I mean, the technology was actually originated from somewhere else, and then you guys stole the information for your good and for your production, and then you produce the product, and then export it to other countries. And we see this as a threat for our economy, because it means that you guys produce and sell products that is actually the idea of it, actually the idea of the product is actually stolen from other countries without permission, and then it also unlawful, and then you guys getting profit out of it, and we see this as a problem. We we would therefore it is better to limit importing those kind of products from your country.
Um, Sorry, but once again, we won't talk about the identity theft and property theft accusation. This is also has been said of our Prime Minister from China that they won't take the accusation as true itself if they don't provide a real cases.